Hey everybody, Mr. Regan here, and today we're looking at how to complete the Ostrilope Armor sorting tool activity and the questions that go along with it. And we're obviously going to be talking about how to submit all of the work that you guys are doing as we begin to kind of pull all the important pieces together to understand reproduction, adaptive traits, and the big idea of natural selection. So the tool we're going to be using today requires us to first start by jumping into the Ostrilope Armor activity here. So you're going to start by clicking on the link. And when we go into the link, we're going to read the Ostrilope cards and we're going to sort them 3 different times. And you'll see how we do this here. You're first going to sort them by armor level, then the number of offspring, then their lifespan. And when you're done, you're going to turn in, you're going to click a hand in button, and you're going to upload your work, okay? And what you upload into this image section here is then going to help you answer these 5 questions. So if you try to answer the questions without doing the sorting tool, it's going to get confusing. So start by completing the sorting tool. So let's go ahead and jump into it. When we click on the link here, it's going to pull up this page. And in this page, you'll notice that at the very top, it says sort these cards 3 times, rearrange as necessary. And you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards here that you're going to sort into the 5 spots for each of the 3 rows. So notice as you pull one in, a new one's going to show up and you're going to drag and drop them into the different parts based on what you see at the bottom of the blank spots here. So for the very first one, you need to sort them from weakest armor to strongest armor. So notice there's some information here that's going to help you do that. And again, as you pull them in, you'll be doing this 3 times based on whatever description you see at the bottom. After you sort them by weakest armor, then it's going to be fewest offspring, then it's going to be shortest lifespan, and then obviously as you move over, we should see that you go from weakest armor to strongest armor, fewest offspring to most offspring, and shortest lifespan to longest lifespan, and so on. If at any point you're like, oh, I'm doing this wrong, or you need to start over, you can hit the reset button, okay, and it'll start over for you. But obviously, we're then going to sort all of these in order of the descriptions we see at the bottom. And we should be using essentially all 5 cards for all 3 rows. So notice, okay, I'm putting all of them in each row. Notice they're also very, very wrong. And then when I'm completed, notice I'll have all 5 spots filled with all the 5. I shouldn't see any duplicate numbers in here. So this shouldn't all be 1s or all 5s. I should see 1, 3, 5, 7, and 10 in each of the 3 rows. When you feel confident in your work, obviously you'll hit hand in. Thank you for handing in your work. And from here, when you return, okay, oh, there we go. We should be able to upload an image, okay, into the image section. Now, obviously, Amplify is being a little wonky. You might need to refresh the page if you do it from there. And there should be your work. So notice you should be able to see your work and then obviously answer the questions. And if at any point you're like, I can't read this, you can obviously hit the big button there to replace it if you think something's wrong. Okay, you can add a new annotation if you need, and so on. But if you need to obviously go back into it, you can click on the link again. And then you're going to answer the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions about what you just did. And that's the key part. So after we go through the sorting tool, you're going to use it to answer the 5 questions. And when you're done, you're going to hit update. Actually, when you start typing things in as well, you'll hit update when you're all done and submit all of your work. So by the end of it, we should hopefully have a much better idea about how reproduction plays into the adaptive traits we see in a population, and then obviously how those adaptive traits play into the natural selection of those organisms in a population. At this point, you should be able to go back and complete your survey. And if you have questions or you put your X in the red or yellow row, please make sure you reach out to your teacher. Otherwise, good luck.